Hey, Language Arts friends. I am here to walk you guys through week 10 and week 11 because I've been getting some questions about what's going on with the essay, so I just want to kind of help clarify some of that for you. Okay, so let's take a look at week 10 in Schoology. If you take a look, you'll see, and all of this is in the intro, but basically this week you have to read chapters 12, chapters 13, and chapters 14. And then we're going to get working on an essay. So there are some things that you need to know that are listed here and in next week that are going to support your growth in that area. First, you have the essay organization screencast. That's 10.03. Now, as 10th graders, that really should be review about what essay structure looks like. But in the event that you skipped that last year, I know it was a crazy time last year, then this will give you everything you need to know on how to structure an essay. And remember, you're coming into this week already knowing how to structure body paragraphs because that's what we've been doing up to this point. So if you look at the actual essay assignment, you'll notice that its number is 11.10. That's my way of saying to you, of alerting you that that's really due next week, not this week. But I want you to go into that document so that you can see here are all of the parameters for writing it. I really want you to understand this is what the work that you need to do in order to fulfill this essay assignment. Okay, the next support thing I want you guys to be aware of is the Writing Bible document, and there's also a screencast that kind of walks you through that. These two things are the most important things you are going to read and listen to with regard to learning how to write an essay. It's critically important, so be sure not to skip that step. Then you're going to learn a little bit more about characterization. You're going to read chapter 14. And then this is the only piece of the essay that's due this week. So the first piece that's due is assignment 10.08, and it is your thesis statement. Now, so far, I've had about 10 come in, and not a single one is ready to go yet. So the sooner you get those in, the easier it's going to be for me to give you feedback on it to help redirect you if you're not really making it. But the thing I want you to remember is the default thesis statement will work for this first essay. And the default thesis statement is this: in blank, the title of your piece, so in the Kite Runner, the author uses something, symbolism or characterization, etc. Look at your prompts to illuminate his theme, that blank. Now, all of that theme stuff, you're going to have to go back to last week's screencasts on theme, and that will help you. In essence, you have to determine or interpret theme, and then you're going to have to put that into your thesis statement. It is not enough to just say he illuminates his theme of betrayal or his theme of friendship or his theme of father-son relationships, because if you go back to the theme screencast at like 1 minute and 38 seconds, it reminds you that a theme is not a one-word answer. That's a thematic issue. Now, what you have to do is take that issue, betrayal, friendship, father-son relationships, and ask yourself, what is this author trying to say about those relationships or about friendship or about betrayal? And you use all the evidence from the text to kind of figure out that theme, and that's what you say. So you would say something like, Husseini uses characterization to illuminate his theme that betrayal can stay with a person forever unless they find a way to atone for their wrongdoings, or something like that. That is an interpretation of theme. And then you've set yourself up so that each of your body paragraphs, which you already know how to write, support the theme that you have interpreted. So you're basically saying, I'm going to show you how I'm right here. The next support piece that I have in place for this week is assignment 10.09. That's an example of a literary analysis essay. It's a screencast where I basically walk you through a literary analysis essay. I show you all the key points, and I have like a little outline over here about what needs to be involved in your essay, because this week you've got a thesis statement and you're going to be thinking about what you want to put in your essay. So I want you to watch this screencast so that you have support as you're trying to think through, like, what do I want to say and how do I want to say it? So that screencast is designed to help you with this pre-thinking strategy that you're doing this week. And then, as always, you have to submit your evidence log, and there is a quiz at the end of the week on all of this information that I've given you. Now, in week 11, we finish that first essay. So let's take a look at week 11. As always, I outline everything you're going to need to do here, so I really hope you guys are going through that. And then there's another characterization screencast. You have to read Kite Runner, chapter 15. And then here you have an outline due. So 11.04 is where you're taking the thesis statement from week 10, and now you're outlining your body paragraphs. So you're basically telling me how you're going to prove that thesis statement that you established last week. It's all for the same essay. In 11.05, I give you some basics of academic writing. I'm really going to expect you to take copious notes on those, and I don't want to see any of those mistakes in your essay. If I do, I'll be taking off points for them. So that 11.05 is really, really important. Then you'll need to read chapter 16. And then as always, you'll have to do your evidence log, which is 11.07. Here in 11.08, there's an opportunity for you to sign up for a 10-minute writing conference. Highly recommend it, but it's not mandatory. And then your essay is 11.10. It is due at the end of week 11, but remember the assignment for that is sitting in the folder for week 10. So hopefully that makes sense and you guys have a clear understanding of the fact that between week 10 and week 11, you are going to write a thesis statement for an essay. Then in the beginning of week 11, you're going to write an outline for that essay. And by the end of week 11, you are going to produce that entire essay. That essay is assignment 11.10. It's sitting in the week 10 folder, but really these 2 weeks should be taken kind of holistically as a 2-week unit where you are getting a lot of support and a lot of screencasts about how to write an essay, and then you're having to write the essay in 3 distinct steps: thesis, outline, and essay. All right, thanks so much. Come to office hours if you need some help.